Yo, what's going on, guys? John here, checking in for the United View, the match report of the game. Sheffield United versus Manchester United. The game at Bramall Lane has ended 2-1 to Manchester United. An absolute scrap fest of a game, but thanks to goals from Scott McTominay and a beautiful finish from Diogo Dalot, seals all 3 points. I'm joined today by my good friend and my co-host for the Benchwarmer Show, Jimmy. Jimmy, it was a crazy game. Let's be real.
Crazy.
We were talking about it as if it was like a Sunday League game almost.
Yeah, it was a crazy game, not in the good way. But again, we got the 3 points, we got the win, and that's all that really matters right now.
Absolutely. That first opening 15, 20 minutes, I was screaming at how poor the football was. Prior to that game, I was watching the Chelsea versus Arsenal game, and honestly, the quality of the football wasn't fantabulous, but it was certainly better than what we were watching Manchester United versus Sheffield United. It was just, I think you made a comment. You said the ball was off the ground and in the air more times than on the ground.
Yeah, there was a passage play there where it was punted, headed at least 10 times in the air. Like, it was not the type of play that you want to see from a Premier League team like Manchester United.
Absolutely. It was a frustrating game overall, but nonetheless, we secured the 3 points. First half, like I said, the opening 15 minutes, it was so frustrating. There was a moment in that first half where a ball was coming over the top, and Diogo Dalot, who was operating as a right back today, he was standing in the middle of the park, and that ball came down. And for a Premier League football team, you would expect their first instinct, irrespective of whether or not there is an opposition player in front of him. Honestly, Diogo Dalot, I thought he had enough time and he had enough space to bring the ball down and play it. But Diogo Dalot, just as soon as the ball came, he just thumped it and it just went into no man's land. And it wasn't just Diogo. It was the entirety of the team that looked like they were afraid to play. And it looked to me like Manchester United were afraid across the entirety of the pitch. It wasn't just Marcus Rashford, who looks to be a little bit shot out of confidence. It wasn't just Bruno Fernandes, whose inconsistencies was costing us like valuable possession. Every single Manchester United player looked a bit lost, a bit confused, a little bit scared.
I agree with that sentiment, because in that first 15, 20 minutes, I don't think I saw a little bit of the original Manchester United that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, absolutely.
There were balls that we could have played on the ground. There were passes that we could have played to the player in front. But what did we do? We punted the ball up the field right into Sheffield players. And even when we got to the final third, Diogo Dalot, Bruno Fernandes, those passes, those misses were absolutely horrible.
Those crosses, I was like, what is going on with these balls? And the quality. Look, I understand that confidence is obviously one of the major factors in how a player comes about decision-making, right? When you're on it, those instinctive decisions that you make, they become what gives you the opportunity to either create a pass, create a shot, do something lethal with the ball, right? But Manchester United lack lethality in all elements. And for me, Manchester United need to continue to grind out these wins. And it started off, at least from my perspective, with a good scrappy finish from Scott McTominay. That ball came to Bruno Fernandes, and we were actually trying to dissect what Bruno was trying to do there.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to chip the ball to Scott McTominay, who was 5 feet in front of him.
Yeah.
The ball was luckily right at his chest level, and he somehow was able to ping it up straight in front, came down, and like John said, scrappy finish into the goal. But
absolutely.
I don't know what the passes were like today.
I personally said that pass from Bruno, I think he just misjudged how the ball. I honestly think that he just wanted to lay the ball in front of Scott just to kind of cushion the arrival of the ball so that Scott McTominay can finish it. But nonetheless, like you said, the way Bruno hit the ball, it actually literally looked like he just tried to chip it.
It looked like he tried to chip it to Rashford, who was beyond all the defenders. But
maybe that's what he was trying to
look for. It was a lucky pass at the end of the day.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he scored. That's what mattered. But in
classic Manchester United fashion, 4 minutes later,
oh my goodness,
Scott McTominay, hero to villain in almost
5
minutes.
The
same time. Yeah.
Yes, with the handball. And I felt like Scott McTominay's handball. Look, this season, I think we've reached a point where we've just given up with the refereeing and how handballs are judged. We don't know if it's a handball or if it's a not a handball, but that one, we kind of both sat there going,
I mean, when it was on the run of play and we saw that happening real time, I think we looked at each other and went, oh, that is no doubt a handball.
and you know what? And this is how you know Manchester United fans right now, we are at a point not of happiness. I think we're at a point of like delirious energy, fatigue. Because when that happened, I wasn't pissed.
Yeah.
I wasn't upset.
Yeah, I
just kept laughing.
Yeah, I think it's just typical United this season to see us go 1-0 up and then immediately do something atrocious.
Yes, and
to bring the other team back in the game.
And fair play to, who was his name?
Ollie McBurney.
Yes, I called him Ollie McGash. Respectfully speaking, I was furious because he scored the goal and he turned. He turned to what I presumed to be was the away end, which was Manchester United fans, and he did one of these like stank faces, like chill out, like shut up. My bad.
Wow.
My bad.
This isn't our channel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This isn't our channel.
Hey, and Josh, my bad. But look, 1-1, and Sheffield, deserve it or not, I thought they were getting away with a lot of calls. They were absolutely hacking our players. There was a situation where Harry Maguire got away with a really, really dangerous, reckless challenge from one of the Sheffield players. I don't know how that wasn't given a card.
Yeah, that was a
Really
blatant
dangerous
card if I've ever seen one, but
Absolutely.
didn't get called.
They just kept getting away with it. Irrespective of whether they were getting away with it or not, they definitely looked like they wanted to win. They looked like they were in for the fight. And if I'm a Sheffield United manager, and if I'm a Sheffield United side that got rollicked by Newcastle prior to this match, going against a Manchester United team that's just completely out of confidence is a great opportunity to capitalize. And I thought that was what the script was written for. It looked like Sheffield were going for that. And the second half came, and of course, Erik ten Hag has been pretty transparent in that he usually likes to make his changes around the 60th minute or so. And when he pulled out both Scott McTominay and Rasmus Højlund, between the two of us, you were definitely the one that was a little bit more confused and a bit bewildered by that decision.
Yeah, only because if you're going to make substitutions, especially up front like that, I would much rather have either one of those two, Højlund or McTominay, stay on, because we know Højlund, great at keeping the ball, great at creating opportunities while he's up front by himself. McTominay, we know he, surprisingly enough, a goal scorer. But taking both of them off, who both were doing okay in that game, to bring on, who was it? Martial and Garnacho. Didn't seem like the play to me, but in the end it worked out.
It worked out, and I think Manchester United fans will be relieved because Anthony Martial came on, and look, I'm not knocking it. Like, I gotta tone it back because everybody says I'm on Martial's case, but I didn't think he was all that too effective or too efficient as a substitute. But Garnacho definitely provided a little bit more of that electrifying element of the raw unpredictability. There was that one chance that he completely scuffed. I thought that one where we thought it was offside. You're like, no, that's onside.
Yeah, that seemed onside. It seemed onside. And even if it was offside, get the goal at least. Just to get to VAR.
And it was,
you never know.
And it was the story of Manchester United's game. We hit the crossbar twice, I think, today.
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes, and I think it was
Sofian
Amrabat, both great shots. Absolutely. If those both went in,
who knows? It would have been a different game.
It would have been.
And it was playing out to be one of those games where we might have rued our missed opportunities. But thankfully for us, Diogo Dalot, just, oh my God. And honestly, his game, defensively, so frustrating sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, even his attacking output, which what I always say is his talent over
his strong suit.
Aaron Bissaka was not there today either.
And but for us, thank goodness, he was able to execute one of the crispiest, cleanest shots. He placed that top right corner.
Absolutely
beautiful shot. And I felt, and you were saying that you felt bad for the Sheffield keeper because he had a great game.
He had a great game.
That one save against Højlund.
Yeah. From almost point blank.
Absolutely.
Got his hand out there for a strong save. But unfortunately for him, Diogo Dalot was just better in that moment. Yeah,
thankfully for us. And I honestly feel like I've been saying it so many times now. Diogo Dalot, he has a hero ball element in him. He's got a good shot. Offensively, he knows how to release one.
Yeah.
But I've always been more skeptical when both Diogo Dalot and Anthony played together on the right side because they both have this tendency to want to play hero ball.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not saying I know ball, but I'm just saying that Diogo Dalot, given his chance, being the sole hero ball player on the right-hand side, look, it worked out.
So what you're saying is you do know ball.
A little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Jokes aside, Diogo Dalot, phenomenal finish. And thankfully, we were able to get all 3 points. I honestly feel like this was the perfect opportunity for Manchester United to come with a convincing performance.
Yeah.
It was far from it.
Very far from it.
But 3 points is 3 points.
Yeah, and it had to be today that we got the win, though.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think all Manchester United fans and honestly football fans around the world probably share the sentiment with me in wishing the family of Sir Bobby Charlton all the best. To Lady Norma, our hearts are with you, and Sir Bobby Charlton, may he rest in peace. An absolute legend of Manchester United, for England, for all of world football. And I think it was, I wish it was a better performance, but 3 points is 3 points. And I'm glad we went away with that game. For me, Jimmy, my man of the match, it's Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire had a phenomenal game today. Yes, he made a bit of errors here and there. And yes, I thought he might have gotten away with one challenge or two, but his confidence looks to be growing.
Yeah, I would totally agree. And we said this while we were watching the game as well, but Harry Maguire seemed to be back to the Harry Maguire we knew.
Not quite there
yet, but definitely loads better than what he was last season.
Absolutely.
And, I just want to, again, like John said, give all that respect to Harry Maguire this game, because he's also my man of the match, because defensively, very solid. We saw the long spewing long balls that he's been known for while at his time at Manchester United, and it was back today.
Yeah,
so
he definitely proved. I'm pretty sure for Harry Maguire, he wanted to show up to the Sheffield fans, his former home, and I think he's done a great job. Johnny Evans also. That back line, let's be real. Victor Lindelof playing at left back, Johnny Evans, Harry Maguire, Diogo Dalot. It's not our strongest left back four,
definitely
but they
not.
put in a shift and they worked hard. Yes, I understand. Don't get in the comments and write, oh, but Johnny was against 20th place team. Yeah, I understand. But if we're looking at the positives, it was a good performance from the lads. I was more so a bit disappointed at the inconsistency of Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford in particular. But Marcus grew into the game for me personally in the second half when he looked like his first touch for his instinctive decisive pass or instinctive decisive moment as soon as he received the ball. It looked to have improved throughout that game. It came a little bit later, and unfortunately he got subbed out. But we just want to keep seeing that. We were saying that the whole time. We just want to keep seeing those crosses, keep hitting them, look for it, and hopefully they can build up the rhythm. But that's it from us for today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the United View. And if you guys kind of enjoyed what we talked about, consider checking us out on my channel. The links are in the description below. Jimmy, thank you so much for joining us today. That'll be it for today. Get in the comments. Let us know what were your thoughts. Who was your man of the match? What did you like? What did you dislike? All of that stuff, get in the comments. And that's it from us. We'll see y'all next time. Latest.